Welcome back from that long break. Yeah. So right here with me in the studio is a Monday, popularly known as Teegod. He said I should please address him as Teegod. He's an Afrobeat artist, and we'll be talking about beats with a message, using Afrobeats to speak on social issues. Already we have a pressing social issue that is choking us in Nigeria. So over to you, Teegod. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here. So very, very happy.
Why did you laugh when he said I should address him as Teegod?
Because you didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me you were going to say that.
Yes, I will.
You're not supposed to. So you're going to be sharing what I told you outside the camera. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for joining. I already love your energy and vibe. This conversation is going to be very interesting.
You don't understand. That was why I've been quiet all this while, because
all right,
the show is going to be a go.
Okay. So let's talk about your journey in a few seconds. Why did you choose Afrobeat? First of all, were you in choir in church?
I wasn't.
You were. You
know why I have to think about it?
Why?
Because while I was growing up, actually, we used to go to church on the regular. So I was trying to remember if I did the choir thing or not, but then I didn't. You know?
You're thinking, please, guy. All right, no problem. So why did you choose Afrobeat and not Afropop or R&B? Why Afrobeat? Why did you choose Afrobeat?
Okay, why I choose Afrobeat and not R&B? Well, the thing is, as we're in Africa, and we have tradition on which we have tradition on which our life is based. The way we do things in Africa.
Yeah.
And then you see, Afrobeat is an African way of expressing their own musical style.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in the countries where R&B is their thing.
Yeah.
So
that's why.
That's why
I'm
Afrobeat artist.
That's quite interesting and impressive. I like the way you actually said that. So let's diversify into the topic of the day. Yeah. Do you believe Afrobeat has a responsibility beyond entertainment?
Beyond entertainment?
Yeah. That's people dancing to your beats and your songs.
Of course.
All right. Why do you think so?
Oh, isn't that obvious? It's very obvious because, you know, a lot of songs have spoken a lot about has contributed a lot about social issues, you know. And it is always out there. There are lots of songs that are speaking positively about our development as Africa, that are speaking about African child, Africa.
Stop jiggling so much.
And all that.
Yeah.
So
but like, have any of your music spoken to social issues?
Of course. I have a couple of, yeah, of course. The skyline where we did so, no be so it's supposed to be.
Okay, that's part of it. Okay.
Well, let's not get into that now.
Yeah. So how do you balance serious message with feel good vibes? Is it even balanceable?
It is not even this. It's not balanceable. They do the same thing.
They are not the same thing.
There's nothing to be balanced between them.
Serious message and...
It is not, the other one is not a message. The other one is just a vibe.
Okay.
Just like you rightly say, just a feel good moment vibe.
Okay.
But then we are talking about message. And then, you know, this message has to be there. Because it is one of the ways through which our cultural and social norms are being propagated. So you take out the message from the society and it does a lot of harms to them, to the kids, to the youngins growing up. So I think it is very, very important that Afrobeat is incorporated with positive messages. Does a lot of educating our youngins growing up.
So are you proud of the way Afrobeat artists, we have the likes of Fowls, name them, as aside the fact that he's a lawyer, right? he uses music as an activism way to speak for the country. Are you proud of the way that artists like Afrobeat artists use their music to send a message to the government? And do you think the government are listening to them?
Yeah, the truth is, I'm so proud to an extent that I feel like they are not doing the message thing enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think so?
I think we should dive more into making a lot of, because look, don't you see our society, things feels like it falling apart. So we need more positive messages. It is never going to be enough. So I am so proud that I want them to even do more of a thing like that.
Than just talking
Yes.
about money and love
Yeah.
and...
I'm not really a fan of music that speaks about money and stuff. And yeah.
All right. Okay, so what role do you think Afrobeat artists play? Okay, I've asked a question. Has your audience respond differently to songs with deeper message? That's your song. Have they responded to you with, oh, I love the way your song sends a message, or I don't like the way you talked about that in your music?
Yeah, the truth is, this question of yours is, I don't think it's as simple as it is.
Okay.
Right? Because, you know, if I have to elaborate on that, making songs that has message, that is directed towards inculcating norms in different ways into the society. It is not as easy and simple as just trying to create a vibe that people will dance to, which like I would say, from the artist to the music to the listener, it has a whole lot of differences. And here is what it is. If you make music with messages, you understand, it is difficult to get it for people to pay attention to. That is the disadvantages of making music that has messages.
Don't you think the beat might change it in a way?
The beat?
Yeah.
No. It doesn't even have to do with the beat, because at the end of the day, there's going to be beat there.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to tell you that a situation whereby everybody is fixated with just trying to vibe,
Yeah.
and then you are trying to send a serious message. You are ruining people's mood. But then, do you know the advantages in it? The thing is that by the time your music, that music that carries a message, by the time it gains you a fan, it gives you a fan that lasts with you forever. That's
Okay.
the difference. When you're making a meaningful song
Yeah.
that has messages,
Yeah.
it might be it might be a lot of problems to get people to love it, but the few that likes it stays with you forever, because then it helps you to build family, not just followers, not just fans. These are the people that understand your direction, and they will be willing to give anything to stay in that direction. Because now it becomes a selective thing.
Fact.
So that's basically about the receptance and about the kind of music you make and stuff. People, the kind of music that I make, I'm trying to make sure that you understand. I have answered your question.
I understand. I totally understand.
The music that I make, the acceptance has been in such a way that people that gets to listen to my music, they are always going to be there to listen to my music.
Lucky you there.
Yeah, but it's not that always easy.
No,
Like
of course
said
not.
earlier,
Of
yeah.
course not. It's not always easy. So let's talk about the government here, especially in the Benue crisis issue. A whole lot of entertainers have said a whole lot of things. Emotions are overwhelming.
Flying.
Yeah. People are becoming dramatic about it. Do you think the government to listen to the entertainers?
The government listening to this is the problem. Do you know where the problem is? Sometimes it is way beyond being an entertainer.
Okay.
And this is where the message comes in. I think, yeah, this is one of our topic, beats with a message, using Afro beats to speak on social issues. Now, the thing is, there's a difference between, there is difference between a messenger and an entertainer. There's a whole lot of difference. In as much as someone can be a messenger and at the same time an entertainer.
Yeah.
You understand? So, speaking about the government listening to an entertainer, the government could listen to a couple of persons in the person of an entertainer or a messenger. It depends on what you portray.
Okay.
Literally, it depends on your personality. There are some entertainers that have built a quite positive personalities that would attract some personalities to listen to them. There are some entertainers that have not. So speaking about government listening, it's not based on whether you're an entertainer or what. It is based on what you represent, what your craft, your personality, your life, and everything represents. That's my own perspective.
Fact, actually. Let's listen to one of your music videos.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they will review that right now.
All right. That's nice.
I go sweet by gelato, and I pull up in a red Lambo, saying on the pinnacle. Pressure from doubting Thomas, don't be so bad to psycho. I got so fine, Ghana flow. I did it up with money shit. And I move with many K. You man, I mend them anyway. Men and I K. See, I did it up with money shit. I did all the many K. You man, I men, I fully fit. From men, I buy K. Survive. I can take them to the church, cause China go. Me, I cannot collabo to see my fall. Sing my prayers to this kind of rise and fall. Pray my ancestors shake me from friends and foes. As we dey cook it on Monday, skele week, skele on Tuesday. We go dey juke pound, waste the back on once on Thursday, Friday. As we dey cook it on Monday, skele week, skele on Tuesday. We go dey juke pound, waste the back on once on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the Sunday we party. Friday, we die, Friday, Saturday, the Sunday we party. Friday, I got that to the church, cause Gina go. Me, I cannot collabo to see my phone.
All right, back to you, Teegod. You were saying something while the video was going on.
I was saying, what I was saying is, this song is like the best I could do, or I could come up with for a feel good kind of a song. And you see, even inside the song, I couldn't still even not afford to like send my message. Because for me, it's all about the message. And this is the only song that I have that I literally would say, I'm not even trying to send a message.
because I actually picked the survive part.
But I was still making
a little impact.
So my prayers to this kind of rising for. Yeah, I was like, me, I cannot collab to see my for.
Okay.
Yes, and I don't know, sir, but
you know, in this particular music now, you actually balanced vibe and
that's
so you agree with me now.
That's just like that's just it.
Okay.
That's just it. Like, and it took a whole lot of work for me to come up with the technique of trying to balance vibes and message. Because for me, I always want to send a message.
But can you walk us through the journey though?
Depends which of the journey.
Of balancing vibe and message.
It is not something.
But do you have some sort of inspiration? What was inspiring you for that particular song?
That particular song, yeah, the inspiration was as this inspiration. I was just trying to express what I feel about inabilities that we have to be enough for people, no matter how hard we try. You understand? Sometimes
Motivational speaker. You don't talk motivational speaker like this.
There's something I'm not understanding. Do you know whenever I happen to talk with people, they end up referring to making God, I'm not a motivational speaker.
But in some sort.
But okay, now what do you expect of me as an artist to be what?
A motivational speaker to pass a message.
You don't need to start rubbing all of
I'm
that.
proud of you.
Whenever I come to a show, at the end of the come on, man. I'm supposed to be a motivational speaker. That's why I'm making music.
Fact.
Expect you want me to make music without substance?
No, absolutely
That's
not.
the thing. We are talking about message.
So, what advice would you give to up and coming artists that are trying to like pass a message but want to fuse in vibe too?
If you want to be a messenger, you need to be a very patient person.
Okay.
Because sometimes your messages are not easily received.
Okay.
And if you are not patient, you would run away from that message circle and start wanting to give what people would receive easily. And then, by so doing, you've left your destiny. You understand?
Yeah.
And then, and apart from that, I just want everybody growing up to understand that every dream is valid. You can always attain your dream, irrespective of where you're coming from. And I'm a practical example. I can tell you for sure that there is nothing you can dream of that you cannot accomplish.
Wow.
The only thing is that it just needs to work extremely hard. That's just what I believe.
Thank you so much, Teegod.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't want to be emotional.
Don't be emotional. Looks like you have walked quite a lot. Don't be emotional.
No, not really. But of course, I enjoyed this conversation and the whole vibe with this.
Yeah, we are probably going to have a section like this again.
Okay. All right. My pleasure. So yeah, the show has come to an end. Join us same time tomorrow for more insights, more conversation, more stories, more drama. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to always tune in on channel 265 on SLTV. Enjoy the rest of your day. I remain your baby girl, Queenette Nkunta. Bye.